So recently we spoke about a TikToker who had made multiple videos promoting her GoFundMe that a lot of people thought was a scam. Well, if you happen to be one of them people who also held that opinion, you're probably going to think that more and more throughout this video. So the TikToker in question is of course vegan Rizz, also known as Adrielle Sigler. Usually when I introduce the person we're talking about in the video, I like to give a bit of a background, you know, like if they're a fisherman TikToker, I will say like they do fisherman videos. If they're an art TikToker, I'll say they do art TikToks. But in this case, I genuinely don't know what she does. And in fact, I always feel like a pinned video on someone's page is probably a good way of showing what they do, because they were literally the person who picked this to be at the top of the page. So let's have a look. This is their most viewed video, it looks like.
Sticking out my yacht for the Rizzler. So skibbity. So phantom tax.
Yeah, again, I mean, we've seen a video very similar to this in the last one. I still can't explain it. And by the way, when I say that this is the best way to show what Adrielle Sigler does, it genuinely is. She uploads this same video, just like redone, pretty much every single day. But that wasn't the reason why we made the last video. In fact, the reason we made the last video is because Adrielle Sigler ended up posting what seemed like about 100 videos talking about a situation that her son was recently in. So the way she described it was that her son was just like out minding his own business one day, and then all of a sudden just got jumped by a bunch of people. And then throughout the videos of her telling this story, it started changing a lot. I mean, she started off by saying like her son nearly lost his life. Then she ended up saying that he actually just had minor injuries, which is a big difference. Also, the fact that she said that he was just out minding his own business, then got jumped, got debunked because the video of the fight that happened ended up getting leaked. Obviously, not going to show it in this video for obvious reasons. But in the video that I saw, it seems like her son was the one who threw the first punch. But I will say, like, even though it seemed like he started the fight by throwing the first punch, quite a few other people did get involved, and yeah, it was disgusting. It went way too far. He could have actually been injured way worse. So even though it does seem like he did start the fight by throwing first, do you want to make it clear, a bunch more people did get involved, like quite a few people did get involved. So that part of the story is true. But yeah, if you remember my last video, the big problem that people had with this situation was the way that Adrielle was covering the situation. I mean, first of all, she started recording interactions with her and the staff at the school, which we now know was her basically lying to them. So this is a clip in my last video where the member of staff basically said to Adrielle that it was like an organized fight. It wasn't this like getting jumped out of nowhere that she was describing, to which she then goes and says this.
Now, Sven, is that true? Yes or no? Did you consent to it? No. Did you? No. What was the premise of you outside when you saw those group of people? Were they being friendly and kind to you?
Yeah. Now, obviously, you could say she's just believing her son, but she said for herself and showed certain clips of the footage of it. So she's seen what happened. And then moving on to the part that people had the most problem with is that Adrielle Sigler ends up promoting heavily a GoFundMe. As we can see here, it's called Emergency Move for Safety, and she's currently raised $4,299. And she did this because she said that she now has to move to a different town. But if we look at the GoFundMe, she is looking for a target of $30,000, and she made that very clear in a bunch of TikToks saying, look, we're trying to raise $30,000. Now, straight away, people are like, why does it cost $30,000 to move house? It doesn't cost that much. But secondly, on top of that, Adrielle Sigler has made it very clear just how much money she makes.
This month I spent close to $17,000. $17,000. I'm a single stay-at-home mom of 3. So I'm financially responsible for 3 little humans.
So yeah, as you can imagine, when a TikToker who can afford to spend $17,000 a month comes to TikTok to ask for money from her viewers, who probably for the most part earn considerably less than her, people are going to have a problem with that. Well, it turns out in the last few days, people now have a bigger problem with Adrielle because she is currently on vacation.
It's our first time entering an airplane. Me and my baby. Oh my God. So bad.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the timing couldn't be more of a slap in the face of the people who donated, could it? Now, funny enough, when I do look at the GoFundMe, most of the donations are from people calling out that it's a scam. Like, we've got this one here saying, total scam, everyone stop giving her money. Enjoy Orlando, GoFundMe, help with this trip, people wake up, you scammer, we have videos and pics. Don't donate to her, she is a scammer. If you donated, get a refund and report her account. So I guess these people who are donating and calling it out for being a scam are just getting a refund straight away. And now to make matters worse, Adrielle is posting videos of her like partying on this vacation.
Go, do your dance.
Sticking out my yacht for the Rizzler. So skibbity. So phantom tax.
Yeah, can someone please explain what this thing is the sticking out my gut for the Rizz thing. I've never heard that in my life. Is this some weird trend that's going around, or is this just an Adrielle Sigler thing? I would love to know. But yeah, as you can imagine, the response to all of this is basically, why are you raising money for a GoFundMe when, first of all, you've already said that you make, like, absolute bank, but second of all, you earn enough to be going on vacation right now when apparently you're so desperate to move house. And remember, at first, she was hoping to make $30,000 from these donations. Now, she hasn't made that, obviously. She only made about $4,000. Still a ridiculous amount of money. But you can see why people will be pissed off the fact that she's going out of her way to ask her viewers for $30,000 when she has enough to go on a vacation. And especially considering she really got nowhere near her $30,000 goal, but she can still afford to go on vacation and move. It probably means that she does have enough money to move without the donations. I mean, she even made a video saying that she knew a family member who lived out there that said oh, you could stay around hours if you want while you're here, but she ended up getting a hotel instead because she wanted to record TikTok videos. So yeah, like I said, you can see why people would be pissed off about this, especially people who donated. I mean, I even found this video from a TikToker that says, when people tell me to be nice, but I'm tired of seeing people go on vacation with your GoFundMe. And in the caption, it actually hashtags Adrielle Sigler. So I'm assuming this is one of the people who donated to the GoFundMe and is now fuming at the fact that she just went on vacation and probably thinks why did I donate when you didn't need it? Also, people seem to have a problem with the type of videos that Adrielle Sigler is uploading whilst on this vacation, because she's obviously saying that she's went through this really horrific situation with her son. She made so many videos about it, put the classic creepy TikTok music in the story times and whatnot, but she's just completely stopped that and is now just posting videos like this.
Hey, are you single? Would you date me? Wow, me too. I mean, I'm single, and I'd date me. I don't know if I'd date you, but I'm live. Click the pink circle. We're doing vegan speed dating.
Yeah, again, this is something that she does every day. She uploads a video saying oh, I'm single. Hopefully I'll find my TikTok crush in the live stream tonight. Kind of just try to bait people into the live stream and hoping that they'll be her crush, I guess. It's a bit of a weird choice. There was also this video that I just want to point out because it's disgusting. I'm not going to play it. I'll just scroll through and show you little freeze frames because trust me, you don't want to see it. But as we can see by the screenshot right here, she's chewing some food and then she goes on to spit it on the floor. It's the chewed up piece of food so the birds can eat it. But she's showing all the food getting chewed in her mouth, and it's just a bit grim. I mean, as we can see here, look, she fucking spit it out. Now, luckily, I actually managed to get past the bit where you can actually see it leave her mouth. It's just a disgusting video, and all the comments are what the fuck are you doing? I mean, yeah, just one of you saying, that's disgusting, the throw-up emojis, yeah, it just wasn't a pleasant thing to watch. But now this is where we get to Adrielle Sigler's response video to this situation that was uploaded just 10 hours ago as I'm recording this.
I have a GoFundMe link in my bio, and I'm out of town with my son right now. A lot of you are asking, why are you out of town if you need to be focused on moving for safety? So I already signed a contract. I've already paid off a lease. The GoFundMe link in my bio has raised about $4,000. I paid the lease for our new home for 6 months. The $4,000 in that GoFundMe didn't even cover half of it. My paycheck covered 2/3 of the lease.
Okay, so you can afford it, clearly, right? You've just said you've had to pay way more than what the GoFundMe raised, but you still asked for $30,000 from people. So were you just assuming that you wouldn't put any of your own money towards it? You weren't going to put anything? Is that what's going on here? I feel like her pointing this out just makes it look worse for her, unless I'm being stupid.
So 1/3 of the lease was covered with the GoFundMe money. Why is the GoFundMe still up? Why haven't you moved yet? People are living in the place we're moving into. They still have to move out. We can't move until they move out. Adrielle, why did you have to pay off the lease for 6 months? Isn't that a bit excessive? No, not in this market. Like I said, while we were apartment hunting for almost 2 weeks, it was extremely competitive. There were so many other people applying for the same place we were interested in. If it weren't for my offering to pay it for 6 months, we wouldn't have been chosen.
Yeah, I mean, that does kind of make sense to me. I've had to do something similar with the whole 6 months thing because they didn't want me apparently. So I get that. But even though that does make sense, that still begs the question, why did you make it GoFundMe for $30,000 when you can afford to pay 6 months for a property up front? A lot of people can't do that. And you've already made it pretty clear that the GoFundMe didn't help all that much, right? It was a low amount compared to what you end up paying. You still have a lot left over to actually go on vacation. It doesn't really make sense. Now, she does go on to give the reason for the vacation here and just basically says that it's on her credit card. And I guess that's her excuse for making it okay. But I mean, you're still paying if it's on a credit card. You still have to pay it off eventually.
This hotel was put on my credit card. None of the GoFundMe money went towards this trip. well, why are you on vacation if you have to move? Because after we found a place to move, people connected to the kids who jumped my son went crazy because 7 of those individuals were charged with assault and now they're retaliating. We weren't safe in our house. When I tell you every single day some random person would start knocking on our door, whether we were being ding-dong ditched, whether someone was door dashing to us, ordering pizzas to our house, or sending Mormons to our house, or driving by throwing things at me if they would see me in public, screaming and honking their horn. No one should have to live that way.
Okay, so she says the reason she went on vacation is because people were like doing ding-dong ditch at her house. We call it knock a door run here. Not sure about you. But also apparently there was like Mormons showing up to the house, and then there was like people ordering pizzas to the house. And then on top of that, apparently people throwing stuff at her. Now, it's really hard to like know what is the truth in this situation because obviously Adrielle Sigler has been like exposed for lying a lot, but I would like to think that she wouldn't lie about this, so give her the benefit of the doubt, I guess. But also still the question is there, like, you live a life where you can spend $17,000 in a month just on normal stuff. She even gave a list of like the stuff she spent it on. She spent like $3,000 just on groceries, and then the rest were just like activities and bills and stuff. It's a ridiculous amount of money to spend in a month for anybody, but she still seems to be very confused why people would have a problem with the fact that she's asking for $30,000 from her audience. I feel like it should be pretty clear.
A lot of you are like asking, why is the GoFundMe still up? Well, I still have to pay moving companies. I have to pay haul-away services because we are downsizing from a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house to a smaller rental, which is just fine. I'm comfortable with downsizing. I'm fine with it.
Okay, so this is where she goes on to explain like the expenses she still has to pay. But again, apparently she earns a crazy amount of money. She said it herself. She showed and said stuff that she's bought in like a month, which is a lot of money. She's also on vacation right now. Again, you can see why people would be like frustrated with this.
None of that GoFundMe money has been spent on our trip. My credit card paid for that, and my paychecks pay off my credit card. But I'm grateful for all of you showing your love and support, who are supporting my live streams and my live matches on TikTok Live at night when I battle other creators. And I'm happy for those of you who have had a heart and donated to the GoFundMe.
Oh, that was pretty passive-aggressive, wasn't it? I'm happy for you people who have a heart and donate to the GoFundMe. Kind of almost saying that if you didn't donate, you don't have a heart. That's how I took it anyways. It's an interesting approach, to say the least.
Anyway, that's where we're at. That's why my comments are off, because I literally don't have the mental time. Like, it's mentally taxing. I don't have time to read or be notified with all of your BS, like the hate coming my way. I don't have time for that. I have time to be strong. I have time to get my energy back. I have time to focus on happiness and health and keeping my kids safe. So I'm excited for when we do finally move. It's going to take time for the people to move out.
Okay, right, so she's kind of saying all the same stuff again, right? Talking about the move and whatnot. But that is her explanation of, like, everything that has happened and her reason for going on the vacation and her response to people being concerned about the GoFundMe. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video. Do you think she's in the right here, the wrong, whatever else, middle ground? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.